Not only did Karla Sofia Gascon release one statement to Variety last night, she actually released an entire second statement this morning about deleting the entirety of her Twitter account. Let's get into it. So first of all, everyone reporting on the tweets that she sent out are just reading them word for word. They are pulled directly from her Twitter. They are not taken out of context. They are not misrepresented. They are not spreading a narrative that was not put explicitly in black and white. So first, the apology statement. I want to acknowledge the conversation around my past social media posts that have caused hurt. As someone in a marginalized community, I know this suffering all too well, and I am deeply sorry to those who I have caused pain. All my life, I have fought for a better world. I believe light will always triumph over darkness. That is not an apology. Saying, I'm sorry for those I caused pain is not an apology for what you said. But I understand how some people put these types of statements out. Let's go to the second one, shall we, about deleting the entirety of her Twitter account. And buckle in, it is long. Quote, I'm sorry, but I can no longer allow this campaign of hate and misinformation to affect neither my family nor me anymore. So at their request, I am closing my account on X. I have been threatened with death, insulted, abused, and harassed to the point of exhaustion. I have a wonderful daughter to protect, whom I love madly, and who supports me in everything. I had long ago made the decision to close a social network, which has taken a terrible turn, in which I have also sometimes fallen, and for which I apologize. As part of the society, I have expressed my disagreement or agreement with all the related issues that have touched me, and of which I have had an opinion, often erroneous, which has changed throughout my experience. I have always used my social media as a diary, reflections, or notes to later create stories. I hate when they put the little clicker, the recorder in the middle of the sentence. I have always used my social media as a diary, reflections, or notes to later create stories or characters, not as something that would be scrutinized down to the last of its 140 characters, since sometimes I, myself, am not even aware of having written something negative. I have defended each and every one of the minorities in the world and supported freedom of religion and any action against racism and homophobia in the same way that I have criticized the hypocrisy that underlies them, because the first thing I'm critical of is myself. You will never hear me support a war, an injustice, extremism, or applaud anyone who oppresses other human beings. Perhaps my words are not correct, many times due to ignorance or pure mistake. I apologize again if anyone has ever felt offended or in the future. If I am a human being who also made, makes, and will make mistakes from which I will learn. I am not perfect. Taking my words out of context or manipulating them to hurt me is something I am not responsible for. I am only responsible for what I say, not what others I say or what others interpret from what I say. I hope I have the opportunity to give more extensive explanation at some point. Forgive me because I keep going from one side to the other, and I cannot be responding to every single thing that you bring up to try to sink me. But if you want, you can continue attacking me as if I were responsible for hunger and wars in the world. I apologize again if I have ever offended anyone with my words in my life. If I am only Karla Sofia Gascon, an actress who has reached where very few have thanks to her efforts and work, without stealing or harming anyone in this world, just trying to get them to let me live in peace, love, and respect, something that seems to bother a lot of people in this world. It's clear that there is something very dark behind it, but I tell you something. The more you try to sink me, the stronger it will make me, the greater the victory will be. Please forgive me once again if any of my words hurt you. If. Sincerely, Karla. Nam myoho renge kyo. That last bit is apparently a Japanese phrase central to Nichiren Buddhism, which she says she has practiced for more than 10 years. It translates to devotion to the mystic law of the Lotus Sutra. There you go. My main number one criticism is that nowhere in those statements did she actually accept responsibility for what she said. She, A, made herself the victim. B, continued to say, if I hurt you, I am sorry. If someone was offended for this, I am sorry. They were clearly offended for this. And 3, there is absolutely no reason for you to be saying that things are being misinterpreted or taken out of context. Did you or did you not send this extremely racist tweet from COVID-19 where you said this Chinese vaccine, apart from the mandatory chip, so we're getting into conspiracy theories here, comes with 2 spring rolls, a cat that moves its hand, 2 plastic flowers, a pop-up lantern, 3 telephone lines, and €1 for your first controlled purchase. Explain to me how any of that is taken out of context. That seems pretty contextually accurate to me, and the reason that people are criticizing you is because you have not apologized for any of the stuff that you said. That type of response is completely unacceptable. And then you deleting your entire account and releasing a massive statement saying that you are the victim is unacceptable. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm very curious to see how this kind of reworks all of the nominations for the Oscars.